So the history of Federal Lights, it's kind of interesting because you guys, it seems like you had some success back in the day, even some big success over in Europe and stuff like that. And then you went away for a while before kind of making this sort of comeback. So tell us kind of the story about what happened with this band over the years.
Yeah, so I guess back in the day, we when we first started, we made a little EP to start things off. Got some traction that way. Got a label out of Toronto, Poria Records, that was into what we were doing. So we made a couple records with them. And then after the second record, Coeur d'Leon, I guess I sort of had a bit of a meltdown with the whole industry and just, I guess, sort of my take on what I thought would be success and what I deemed at the time not to be. So I kind of just deleted everything. I just kind of like threw it all away, went onto Instagram, deleted the account, like just thousands of followers gone.
You broke up with people. You broke up with the industry. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Burned the photos in the
100%
backyard.
just broke up with them and then kind of went into not hiding so much, but just like a musical hibernation.
So you weren't doing any playing for that stretch?
For a couple of years, there was nothing, and then just started to whittle away at things again. Still very like non-committed to really doing any sort of project. But Rob and Chris and Jody, they were pretty constantly on my case about like, hey, what are you doing? And like keep going. And so slowly but surely started writing songs again and didn't think much of it like in terms of release or anything like that. But then just kind of came to terms with what had happened in the past and made some realizations. And then, we kind of just all got back together and started just writing the songs that we'd been working on or that I'd been working on, and we just kind of started to develop them again.
So is it fair to say like you kind of fell out of love, I guess, with it a little bit, and it took you some time to kind of rekindle that a little bit?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it was just like when you're like a low level band, like we were, like just trying to make our way through it all. There's like so much rejection that you just get faced with all the time, like. And people in the industry are just like, they don't care about feelings. It seems like they'll just tell you straight, like, no man, that show was terrible. I didn't like it, or your new song or your new record is it's just meh, and it's hard to hear that over and over, and then just some other things too, like. All the time and the effort and the financials that you put into it and things like that. And we're old. We have families, we're married, we have kids, things like that, right? So all that starts to weigh on you, and at some point you got to be like, okay, I just got to cut my losses. Unfortunately for me, I think it was a mistake to do that because I was in a space that I probably should have just tried to work out first before just like deleting everything.
To be fair, though, it was also like a busy time in everyone's lives too. So it was probably a good time to focus on some other things and take care of those things. And then also with some time, you remember how great a lot of it was. And so that's something we want to bring back into our lives that, you appreciate, like, oh, actually I miss, playing shows and making music together. Like we always loved making music and recording. And so to kind of get back into that, it brings a lot of joy to our lives too.
Yeah.
So.
It's like you almost like reframed the way you were viewing working together and what you were putting out. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you think it's like, do you view it as a before and after, or is it just like a continuation of something that had a pause?
For me, I think it is a continuation to a degree. It's more of a repair.
Okay.
Like we had a breakdown and we had to take it to the mechanic and get it fixed. Right?
I love that.
Like it's not a new car, It's not a different car. It's the same car. We just had to fix it. And yeah, so for me, that's what it is. Yeah.
So you mentioned, Rob, thinking back to and appreciating some of those times that you had. Like, I imagine some of the experiences you guys went through, overseas in Germany. Like, you played a pretty big music festival in Germany, like 3 years in a row, right? So, like, what was some of those experiences like being overseas and kind of, doing it over there?
Yeah, such a privilege. Such a privilege. People would ask, like, oh, why do you guys go and tour in Germany? And not that we didn't tour Canada. We definitely did and would like to again. But, okay, it's far to get there, but then you get there and you have all these major cities like an hour away from each other. So you're not spending, 8-9 hours in the car to get to the next place. So you can actually kind of be a tourist and enjoy the country and play super fun shows every night. And Germany kind of does things a little differently here. Like, they like to have the shows quite early.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I like that.
And so,
So do we.
yeah, and it's just, you can kind of enjoy that where you can kind of play early. The people can, still get up and go to work the next day type of idea. But, for us, we play the show and then you could hang out with people and enjoy the evening and then not have to drive 8 hours the next day. Like,
Nice.
really enjoyable experience. So,
And which one? This was the, how do you say it? Reeperbahn?
Reeperbahn,
Reeperbahn
yeah.
Festival. Okay. And is it like a collection of music? What kind of festival was that for you guys?
it would be akin sort of to like a South by Southwest.
Okay,
If that
yeah.
makes sense. Yeah. Just like the German version of it. And then we would always kind of get some shows around Germany. And the one time we went to England while we were kind of going over there for Reeperbahn. So
Nice.
we had one tour in particular that was just super, super fun. We played at least a dozen shows around the country. And yeah, it was awesome.
Nice. That's so cool.
So the song "Say Anything" is the song we're going to be featuring this month for our Artist of the Month feature. Love the song. Very uplifting sound, I find. The piano is great. Like, the keys are great throughout the whole thing. It's kind of got that driving drums. So tell us a little bit about that song and about what went into that song.
So that song actually was the first song we wrote after we finished our second record, Coeur de Lion. I think the record was just coming out here, but it hadn't been released in Europe yet. And everybody in the band knows how I feel about that record. I felt very disconnected with that album, so I was going through that phase even before the record was, properly released. I was already not feeling 100% behind that record, and not for the music's sake or for the song's sake or anything like that. It was just the whole process was very different than our first record. There was more of a timeline we had to stay by and adhere to, and there was not so much pressure from the label or anything like that, but just like pressure I was putting on myself. So I felt like I didn't really get to dive into that record when we were making it, and I felt like I didn't get to take enough time with it and sit with it long enough. So I felt disconnected from it, and so I ended up writing "Say Anything" while we were waiting for the release of this record, and I was just kind of playing just this arpeggio on this old keyboard synthesizer I had in our basement, and I just recorded on my voice notes or whatever, and it kind of grew from there, but it took years for it to grow. Obviously, it kind of just got lost and forgotten about, and it just sort of captured the spirit of how I was feeling at that time. Just not really sure what kind of, not so much control, because I felt like I had a lot of control issues with that second record, and not being able to just let go and let things breathe and let people take over when they needed to take over and I couldn't. So it kind of comes from that, and then it also just sort of deals with just the whole idea of, like calling out for help in the spiritual sense and just not really getting anything back, and having to navigate that and ask myself, like, where am I? Like, what do I really believe? What do I connect with? And so it kind of talks about the struggles of that, and then fast forward to, I guess probably 2 years ago, we started to really develop that song. And again, it was just me sort of letting go. Rob and I talked about it, and we're like, yeah, this is going to be like a nothing song on the record. It's going to be not that it's nothing, but like it's going to be a synth song. It's just going to kind of be really mellow. It's not going to have much. It's just going to kind of be not so much filler, but like a more ambient track,
Yeah.
a deep track or something. And we sent the demo to Chris just to say, hey, do you have any ideas for this? And he sent it back, and we both listened to it. And we were like, oh my God.
Yeah, we
This
were
is going to be a banger.
we're like, yeah, we were very wrong. We thought this was like a no drum
Yeah.
song, and he sent back essentially what you hear now.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, yep,
Yeah. Yeah.
there it is.
It's a big
So
one.
nice.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
well.
he nailed it.
That's
Nailed
so
it.
cool. I love that. Hey, by the way, are you guys gonna like sue the band Geese or anything like that since they stole the name Cobra for one of their songs? You guys did that first. If you want some money, I mean, I've just been thinking about this on the
It's
side.
funny, yeah. I actually didn't know they had a song named Cobra, but oh my God, like you can't open your socials without
I
that
know.
band
No.
being-
Cameron
Everywhere,
Winter is
right?
just
And then-
everywhere right
yeah.
now. Yeah.
I mean, if Cameron Winter played the original version of Say Anything, it would be massive. I'm sure. I'm sure. Maybe I'll send it to him.
So, like, what is now that Federal Lights is kind of back? You guys got this new album coming out. What's different this time around with the band? Like, there seems to be kind of a refreshed outlook on things. Like, where are we going now with Federal Lights?
Well, I think there's definitely a joy. We're appreciating the opportunity to come back. We're very thankful, actually, that the label Aporia that put out our first couple records, they're on board again.
Wow.
Because I think we were gone for a while. It would have been easy for them to.
You
say-
broke up with them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Out of sight, out of mind.
massive
right? Yeah.
credit to them. They were open to hearing the new stuff, and so they're on board with us again. Actually, they're super excited, which is
Nice.
amazing to have that support. And so, yeah, we want to go back to playing shows, and obviously we have a CD release coming on June 19th at Side Stage, which we're very excited about.
18th.
Oh, sorry.
Record's out the 19th.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
it's okay. That's our dynamic too. I say every date wrong, and he corrects me, but we're funny. So
Yeah, and yeah, we're gonna play Trout Forest this summer
Oh,
in Ear
sick.
Falls,
Okay.
Ontario. So we're hoping that's kind of the beginning of a number of shows we're gonna get to play over the next year or so.
nice. That's so good. Well, we're honored to get to spin you guys as our artist of the month, and
Thank you for doing that. We
yeah.
appreciate it.
and send us updates so that our audience loves to see updates on the bands that we follow, and get them to follow you as well.
Yeah.
I will say, just to plug this real quick, with the release of the new record, Celebration of Failure, that's coming out, we're also going to be launching a website at celebrationoffailure.org. And it's going to kind of be like a platform where people can come and just post their failures and
Oh, cool. Okay.
and like things that they've struggled with, things that they've totally crapped the bed on. It can be funny. It doesn't have to be all serious. And then the platform on which they type their story into and stuff, like it actually gets a response from the board itself that like gives them some advice, which is like terrible advice. Don't take that advice. But it's really kind of a cool little platform to use, and we hope that people just go there and just like use it as like like a confessional. Just unload whatever you're feeling about
Yeah.
the day, whatever things you think you've messed up, whatever things you messed up, and learn from. We want to hear about that too, right? And like how you came through it all and stuff.
That's
like
awesome.
that.
What a cool
cool.
title for the album. I mean, it sounds like you guys have really kind of done that, right? Like
Absolutely.
you've looked back on everything, and you're celebrating the stuff now, right? And we all go through that, right? We all got failures.
Yeah.
We all fail at some things, and the fact that you guys are kind of got this great outlook on things, I think that's really inspiring. So, way to go.
Awesome.
Awesome.
That's
Awesome.
awesome.